It's Greg from Personal Dog Training, and welcome to the Calls with Clients Season 2, Episode 1. It's been a little while since we've done the podcast, but we wanted to start off the second season with a bang. In this episode, you'll hear a gentleman who has a dog that everybody is telling him has been aggressive. It's getting into fights and scuffles, and he's in denial a little bit about what's going on.
And it looks old German Shepherd, but yeah, well, I got it from Animal Control.
And how old is Bullet?
4 years old.
And how long have you had Bullet?
5 months.
Okay.
She's a good dog, and there's only one real problem. I'm sure there's other stuff that you can teach it, but she knows all the basic stuff. Because I've had dogs forever, and
Okay.
I've trained her pretty good.
Nice.
But she could use a touch-up here and there.
Well, what's the butt? You know, the butt always hopefully is something, or it's not.
What is the what?
The butt. She's got. You said butt. Is there certain things she's not good at, or got problems with?
Yeah.
What is it?
It scares people. They think it's aggression. When she meets a new dog, and I haven't let her meet any for a month, she meets a new dog, she wants to jump on it and give it a hug.
Okay.
And she does that to a giant poodle. But she really liked that giant poodle. We stood and talked a while. Met him on the street 3 months ago, I guess. Well, now, if she sees a poodle, if I take her for a walk in the morning, she sees another poodle, she just goes out of her mind berserk. She just wants to go over there and play.
Okay.
And boy, it scares people, and it's hard for me. Well, I can't control it. She's out there jumping up and down. I have to physically hold her down and talk to her.
I worked a very similar case just recently with a friend of mine. Well, he's a friend now, older gentleman, 78. He got a dog named Cinnamon from the rescue pound. And the dog's very sweet with people, but when it sees another dog, wants to drag him down the street, sees a rabbit, wants to drag him down the street. We did determine the dog was borderline dog aggressive, just because even Bullet, if Bullet was to go up to the wrong dog like that, it's going to be a huge fight, even if Bullet is not going to fight back. You see what I'm saying?
The only time she shows any aggression, and a lady with a different dog figured out what made her snap, was the dog sniffed her butt.
Well, that shows you and we backtrack. I've been doing this, I don't never try to talk down to people. I want to talk to my experience. 15 years doing this, I've seen thousands of rescue dogs. Big red flag here in Arizona is your dog's 4.5 years old before you got it. And that tells me the same thing that I found out from my friend Fred and Cinnamon. This dog has a history. And they're never going to tell you. Rescue's never going to know it. Never going to tell you. Maybe never know it. And now, unfortunately, you want to make you have the best life with the dog. Doesn't mean the dog's a monster or did anything horrible, but you have to be aware there are potential dangers. And again, even if he does the wrong thing around the wrong dog, could get himself just in a huge fight. And now you're in the middle of it too. I've seen that.
No, he won't get in that. I've already been through that, and she will not get in a huge fight.
No, the dog attacks her. You're missing my point.
That happened.
You're missing my point. Okay, so you have to listen. She does what she does. Another dog decides they don't like that and absolutely tear her apart, and you're there and you can't stop it. I'm telling you, that's where you're headed. And if you've had her for 5 months and she hasn't been around dozens and dozens of dogs and it all worked out already, you don't know, or the dog's telling you to at least take it seriously and take a step back. And I'm just telling you from a behavior person.
Well, that's
totally here to help. Totally here to help.
What I'm trying to do is find a trainer.
And that's exactly what I do. And so, just like with Cinnamon, we'll put her through a process, you know.
Well, now I need to give you a little more history here.
Sure.
She had a good home at one time.
Yep.
Because when Animal Control got her, a guy dropped her off because it had come to his house as a stray. But she already had a microchip.
Yep.
So somebody thought enough of her to give her a microchip. Well, I tried taking her to the dog park up here one day. I counted the dogs before I went in. There were 14 dogs running around. 5 or 6 of them in 6 or 8 of them, I guess, was in a cluster. But I talked to the guy before I put it in there, explained to him, this is before we knew about any of this crazy stuff. Well, she went in there and played for a little over 30 minutes, run around with the dog.
Okay.
All at once, a fight erupted.
Yeah.
And here's this big guy. There was a cluster of people all standing together with their dogs. He's down there. I had a halter on my dog, an Easy Walk halter, not one that comes up around the neck. And he's standing there holding my dog up in the air by her halter. And he says, here's your dog, mister. She's okay, but she started a fight.
Well, people are telling you. I mean...
Yeah, but see, there was no fight. It was back and forth. There was no dog bites.
Well, at that point, you're parsing things. Now. I mean, again, dogs that are borderline aggressive or have socialization problems that cause other dogs to fight them. That's the form of aggression. And again, to help any dog, we have to make sure the owner has the right psychology. Because, yeah, you can drop a dog off with me all you want. And I'll show you around me very quickly or over time. Some dogs, I had another one recently, Cinnamon, when we were talking about, with my dogs, is off the muzzle. I had another one that stayed with me recently, same thing, 5 years, these dogs are some kind, and these are all dogs that were loved before, love people, but don't get along with other dogs all the way. And this one came for the whole week. I never felt comfortable enough to take the muzzle off quite yet, because the dog was so, again, we got to find out what your dog is. You definitely have a dog that has what we call a checkered dog socialization background, which means this dog was already around other dogs in a way that's not optimal. It'll play for a little bit, it probably overtouches. Again, overtouching elicits aggression. That's all I can tell you over and over.
Well, I think that's what happens when she jumps up on the dog and puts her front feet around.
Well, again, I'm just telling you.
I understand all that. You've told me and told me. I understand all that.
All right.
But I understand a few things too.
Okay.
You got to give me credit for that.
Yeah.
I've had dog. I mean,
as you can hear from the call, the guy's in a little bit of denial about the seriousness of the issue. And I got off the phone relatively quickly after this and referred him to the learning site and let him know if he wanted to do some private training with me, we can schedule it at any time. Make sure to go to our YouTube channel at Personal Dog Training and subscribe today so you can get the latest podcast episodes. You can also go back to season 1 and listen to all 16 episodes. Thanks for listening to season 2, episode 1, Just Being a Dog.